Alrighty, this is a chair I bought for $5 from the rubbish tip. They have a shop there. They actually record everything you buy, and they say this is e-waste, this is general waste, yada yada yada, and then they can show, you know, that they're recycling as opposed to just, you know, throwing the stuff out. And it's a very busy shop too. Anyway, $5. Picked it up because it's pretty much the same as the chair I've already got. There's a chair there which I don't particularly like. Okay, so as you can see, it just is loose here. One of the screws is missing. It's quite a fat gauge screw. I would say that's like a 16 gauge screw. I won't have anything like that. Even a tech screw is only a 14 gauge. Anyway, let's try. So what I'm going to use, obviously a hex key. That is 4mm. Okay. Now, just a point, if you can only afford one power tool, I suggest just this driver. It's, you know, quarter hex in here, or in hex they call it, because it's a female. It comes with the female, and that is quarter or 6.4mm. Okay, I like these little extensions. I don't like short bits. And the good thing is, you can get, this is a masonry drill actually, and so you can get any size drill bits and they all just click straight in. You know, I can only keep so much in my pouch, and if I'm on the roof, bang, this is the tool I'll be using, and driving it in with the tech screws. I highly suggest you buy one of these, and pretty much your DIY can be done. I mean, you've got everything you need. Phillips there, square drive, which we'll probably end up using on this anyway, and whatever else you need. I also keep one of these. It starts, you know, it's a countersink and a drill bit, so I can start screws, whatever. I always have loose bits and pieces in my pouch. Alrighty. Okay, so important. See, it's sitting up there, so before we even start to screw in, so I just eye them up. This will be mirror image of the other one. Put that in there. Aha. Now we want to try and pull them down equally, so if you need to loosen this one off to pull it down parallel, you don't want to pull it down askew, like on an angle like that. Okay, because it'll just cause damage. So we want to try and keep it, pull it down like that. Okay, guys? Alrighty. We'll give the other one a tighten up there. There's the final tighten down. Obviously there's one missing there. Now I'm going to have no screw to replace that. Yes, let's pull that down substantially tighter than what it was. Okay, cheap insurance. I'm just going to put 2 screws in here. That is 30mm, and that is 30mm. So I'm going to use a 50mm screw. You can see that roughly on your camera. 60 something millimeters, and here we have 50mm. Otherwise, obviously, it's going to come through into your butt. Okay, so I'm going to use our countersink bit. These are quite good. They just push forward, out that comes. Whatever you do, if you take one out of here, and you're going to use, say, this one here, you would take this one out, put it straight back into this one, put it here. Otherwise, you'll end up with a missing one every time. You put it down and that's it, you've forgotten about it. Okay, make sure that's in properly. I'm just going to go between these two. Whee! I suggest that countersink's edge is quite blunt. I do love the smell of it. Malaysian hardwood in the morning. Okay, so I'm just going to pull it up so these heads are flush. I don't want to drive it in, potential. Okay, well here's the first problem. She's too long, so we get rid of our extension. Okay, I always put a bit of pressure here because as it goes down, obviously it's going to want to pull out. And then make sure it's seated properly. So push it down, make sure it's a good fit. Okay. Same thing, just turn it around the other side. Tighten these up. Prevention is always better than cure, obviously. Probably actually pays to start in the middle, my bad. And that way you'll tend to pull it down. This will make this chair so much more rigid and you'll feel safe. Right, well that's a completely different chair now. You can see that these are just held on here by these Phillips type screws. It'll be a kit set piece of furniture. Obviously this now will face the floor when I stand it up in the correct position, so we don't really want those seen. And we'll just, anything like this, just tighten by hand, because this will just, it'll just chew out any material that's there for the fixing. That seems pretty good. That one seems pretty good. Aha! Here we have it, guys. Another one of our hex keys on the side here. You can buy some hex keys really cheap. Get a ring of them. Right. Job's a good one.